Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. I'm worried. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. All right, guys. There's another shift. There's another shift that is taking place. And I know, quite frankly, I don't know if you guys saw the title to this. The shift can kiss my crackers. It's a lot of shifting going on. And a lot of things are changing. Some people are losing their caca-ass minds. That's okay. That ain't got nothing to do with us balanced folk. If you're balanced, you're balanced. Okay? So, oh, did you wake up sore this morning? It would explain quite a few people's headaches. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been doing a lot of like throat clearing, a lot of nose dripping. That has a tendency to be third eye purging, okay? Third eye activation and purging. Let me just shuffle the cards. Ooh, a lot of people are feeling a lot of soreness and body pains. Yeah, you know, that typically lines up with ascension symptoms. We're being accelerated down an ascension path that is just, it's insane even for me. I'm needing to lift heavier and heavier weights just to acclimate my body to larger and larger loads of bioelectricity. Some people might have this assumption that I lift heavy weights for the aesthetics to, you know, look sexy. No, no, I don't. I lift because my body cannot handle the bioelectricity that comes with frequency accretion. I will get fibromyalgia symptoms again if I don't lift. And so I've been needing to lift quite a bit more. I was surprised. I very easily lifted 460 pounds. 3 sets of 15. 460. Let's get the cards. All right. All right. You know, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. We're not going to freak out. We're not going to turn this into a reading for a specific type of interaction. This is, we're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. Let me just get all the cards that are necessary to get the messages that we need. Sharp jolts of like electricity. I've been experiencing that as well. Last night, I got tasered in the ass. Not in real life, but I was like, oh, that was a taser on my ass cheek, yo. That was so unnecessary. Yes, I got tasered in the ass. But there's a lot of just really intense energies going around. And because there was another shift late last night, I woke up this morning feeling kind of odd. I wouldn't say bad odd, just odd. All right. We're almost there. It's all good. It's all good. We're going to stay focused. Okay. And that's another thing. You have to remain focused on what the end goal is, because there's going to be a lot of distractions. Okay. A lot of distractions. Card number 20, softly, softly, the tender touch. You're needing to begin interacting with yourself in a much gentler way. Okay, no more of this judgment, forcing yourself, making yourself feel badly that you're not yet where you think you need to be. Okay, you have to free yourself to travel down your spiritual path in whatever way your soul is asking you to do so. Okay, you have to be open to following your own rhythm. Card number 5. This journey needs to be like a dance. Okay, the more grace and flexible strength you can utilize, the better. All right, and this is something you're going to have to decide to do for yourself. You're not just going to, be flexibly strong without doing the work to become flexibly strong. So card number 9, Rose Garden. This card always makes me feel as though you are ready to become the butterfly. You just have to begin the cocooning process, yet you're still holding on to the existence as a caterpillar, where you're consuming and consuming and consuming. And that's all you do all day as a caterpillar, is consume. We often don't think about that. It takes a lot of consumption before you are ready to go through the metamorphosis. So if you find yourself needing to consume more and more information, you find yourself researching more and more information, needing to understand more and more, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, that's letting you know you're getting to a point where you're nearly prepared to do the metamorphosis, to go ahead and go through that transformation. Now, in order for the butterfly to become a butterfly, its life as a caterpillar has to end. It has to experience some form of death. Okay, so if you feel inside there's part of you that's just disappearing, you feel like you're dying, and that's a part of the process. Now, typically, when this card pops up, I'm like, fuck Eva. No, Eva. No. We're not going to say fuck Eva today. Today, we're going to recognize Eva for what she is. She is the impetus for change. She is the catalyst that will reignite your sacred flame. It's only through Eva level of adversity that you are gifted the opportunity to choose your ascension path. Eva's going to be serving us today. She's not going to be getting her way. She's going to be serving us. She's going to be recognized for what she is, nothing more than a tool that we are going to utilize as part of our rise, as part of our reconstruction, so that we can rise even higher. So Eva, no more giving you power. No joking around and giving you more power and credit than you actually deserve. You are a tool. You are nothing more than something that will assist me in my rise. Recognize your place and play your role properly. And that's what you tell her. So, card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. Whoo! Excuse me. Anyways, card number 21, beyond the mind, the heart beats. In order for us to get to that butterfly, we have to go through a period of dormancy. Okay. If you believe that you need to always be go, 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 you are going to struggle through this. I'm not going to correct your belief. That is your belief. You are entitled to believe whatever you believe. True love, omni-love, frees you to think and process your life and the events in your life in whatever way is most organic to you. Okay? You're not wrong. What I'm saying is you will struggle more. If you allow yourself to experience a period of what seems like stagnation and dormancy, you're going to get through this a lot easier. There's going to be far less resistance. Okay. So as you break down, as the pressure, the yanking breaks your necklace and sets those beads loose, you are going to begin to already programmed within our morphogenetic template. Everything we need. Okay. Ew, mother, can you guys see me and hear me? Okay, there we go. My energy is surging, so I probably will continue to take out my Wi-Fi here and there. It's fine. So you have everything you need already programmed within you. This is about releasing the need to control. Okay. When you release the need to keep the beads confined on that necklace, on that strand, then you set loose that wisdom. You free yourself to begin exploring each individual bead of wisdom. So allow it. Now, again, for some of us, this might include the return of a soul connection, whether it's a soulmate, twin flame, twin ray, yada, yada. Some of us may have that come back in real life, energy-wise, whatever. It's a part of your growth. Right now, today, we are focusing on our growth. Forget everything that's external. Focus on the internal. If you need to close your eyes, go ahead. If you need to sit quietly, go ahead. If you need to really look at your skeletal structure, the foundation from which this life has been anchored onto, go ahead. Don't be so afraid of who you are beneath the flesh that you avoid things that you need to recognize, you need to explore. And no one gets to tell you what you need to explore but you. Okay, that's one of the key things. People who believe in sovereignty but have to dictate to others that they're doing things wrong because it's not in agreement or alignment with how they believe things should be are not sovereigns. That's not sovereignty. In order for you to fully exist as a true sovereign, you have to acknowledge and accept that everyone else is a mirror of you and your sovereignty, meaning no one can tell you what to do. They can come to you and share thoughts and ideas and express their own beliefs, but you do not have to take it in as your truth. You do not have to comply. And by virtue of that sovereignty, you have to extend the same sovereign principles to them. They do not have to listen to you. They do not have to agree. They do not have to align. They do not have to comply. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to share with each other the very thoughts and experiences that have helped to shape us up to this point. Because we each have little components of truth that we need to gift to other people. And it's not our place to tell others what part of our truth should be for them and how they're to apply it. That's the most beautiful thing about sovereignty, to be able to exist, coexist, co-create unified diversity, a unification in that diversity. That's so empowering. And that's why the time-space matrix we exist within, the paradigm, it forces everyone to try and comply and be the same. That gentrification, no, no. So card number 22, she feels, she knows. As you begin to really dive deep into yourself, there's a high likelihood you're going to begin to beat yourself up. You're going to begin to tear yourself apart, point out all the ways in which you failed, point out all this and all that. That's okay. That's a part of the process. And I say this because when we make the analogy back to fitness, the greatest potentiality for growth is recognized in the event of muscle failure. It's in that failure that you actually open yourself up to the greatest level of growth, of gains. Failure sometimes is one of the greatest gifts you will ever give yourself. A recognition of a failure sometimes is the greatest gift you can give yourself, as long as you can see the failure for what it is and not trap yourself in a cycle of self-abuse. And when you tear yourself down, if we're going to be really honest here, I'm not promoting self-hatred, okay? I'm promoting a recognition of a truth. When you tear yourself down, you are tearing down the parts of you that other people are trying to force you to be. That's why it doesn't resonate. That's why you're tearing it down, because it's not a part of you. And the whole psychology that's being taught to understand this tearing down process. Oh, it's because you hate yourself. Oh, it's because you haven't learned self-love. Oh, it's because you blah, blah, blah. No, kindly shut the fuck up and step the fuck back, because I'm processing myself right now. Okay. I read the most powerful statement this morning. Let me find it. I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100. No, I'm joking. That one was hilarious. I had to screenshot that. This is green to black, okay? That's the name of the person's profile, green to black. Stop crying, it won't solve anything. It's a quote. Stop crying, it won't solve anything. Who the fuck? We don't cry to solve, we cry to release. So many people telling you that you're releasing wrong. The very people who want to cling on to your participation in a paradigm of control and separation. And why would you ever allow someone who hasn't figured this shit out to try and dictate to you, an awakening sovereign, how you are to express your sovereignty? Woo. That shit cracked me up. I was like, girl. Oh, look at you spitting some truth. Oh, I love it. Anyways, going back to this, sometimes you got to kick the ass of that illusion that you've been living to really enter a state of authenticity. Okay? Sometimes. Card number 3, Sleeping Beauty's Dream. Look at that mess. Look at that mess. You know, people have often commented and criticized how I don't brush my hair is a mess. Here's the thing. I'll give you the reasoning why I leave my hair the way it is, okay? So we were created from chaos. Cosmos is chaos. From that chaos came order. From the chaos that is my hair comes the order that is my soul. If your hair is your personal power, I'm bringing my hair back to its original state, to the point of origination, which is chaotic. I'm not going to waste my time trying to organize something that doesn't need to be organized. I'm going to allow the textures, the frizziness, that fucking insanity that is my hair to be exactly what it is. The point of origination of my power, a recognition I'm more than just my hair. I come from chaos, and from that chaos, I will create order if I choose to. If I choose to. And no one gets to dictate to me, because my chaos is my castle. This is where my consciousness resides. It is a fortified place, surrounded by the growth of wildflowers. And you don't tell a wildflower how to organize itself. You want to try and manhandle a wildflower, you get the thorns. You get the thorns. So this is letting you know there's no shame in your chaos. You are in the process of co-creating the order from which you will rise. There is no shame in your chaos. There is no shame in the process of tearing down the very illusions that people have tried to force on you. There's no shame in you needing to take a break from all of this. There's no shame in you needing to get quiet and very still and process the events of your life. People who need you to keep doing this and keep doing that, and you're processing wrong, and I'm just gonna sip my fucking soy milk. And you can't do shit. You can't make me do nothing. Nothing. You can't force me to do anything that I don't want to do. And some would tell you this is, I'm preaching stubbornness. Fuck yes, I am. Because it's that very stubbornness that keeps me from laying on the floor destroyed. Because every time something or someone or some event comes to smash me down and kick me while I'm down, it's that very stubbornness that tells me, bitch, get the fuck up and fuck shit up and let them know you will not stay down unless you want to stay down. And the more they try and put you down, the more you're going to stand the fuck up just to show them, motherfucker, you don't decide shit. You don't have that authority. You have no power here. You may be stronger than I am, but you will never keep me down unless I choose to stay down. Just saying. Just saying. Card number 30, rose, white rose of hope. It's in that purity, that softness, that you'll find your hope, okay? Now, roses come equipped with thorns. At some point, you're going to be faced with a decision. Are you going to defend that purity just as the rose defends itself with thorns? Or are you going to allow someone to dismantle the most beautiful thing about you? What are you going to decide? There is no right or wrong, but there is a decision needing to be made. In this moment, if you decide it right now, in this moment, what happens is when someone does come to challenge you, when someone comes to cut down your rose to put it in a vase so they can enjoy it for a few days, and as you wilt and die, they don't give a shit because they'll just go cut down another rose. If you decide in this moment you're not going to get cut down, I guarantee when they come to cut you down, you're ready and you will not be cut down. You will continue to blossom and grow in your truth. And this is about recognizing decisions are needing to be made at this point. Decisions for every aspect of your life need to be made, but you still also have to have yourself flexible enough to stay open to different possibilities. Nothing in life is guaranteed. It's just not. Nothing is set in stone except change. So be open to changing your mind if and when you need to. Card number 43, come to life. After you get done with this process of self-demolition, because it's a demolition. You're falling into your own footsteps, okay? Your own footprint. When you're done, take a moment to recognize how much you've grown. Take a moment to go ahead and smear some sweet honey all over yourself. Get real messy and real sticky and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Honey is very nurturing to the skin. Okay. Allow the sweetness of your life to overcome, overpower, and nurture the harsh parts. Just because you experience harshness does not negate the fact that you absolutely have sweet moments in life. If you want to focus on the harshness, you'll live a harsh life. If you can acknowledge that this harshness comes to you with a purpose, and you might not understand it yet, but at some point you will. And until you do, you're going to choose to remain soft. Because there's power in softness. It's kind of hard to make something shatter when it's soft and pliable. Have you ever tried to get Laffy Taffy to shatter? It just won't. It just won't. Be like Laffy Taffy. Be sweet and flexible and gooey. Card number 35, conscious connections. Allow yourself to be aware on a multidimensional level. Look life in the eyes, but also look at what's around you. What is your soul trying to bring to you on a multidimensional level? Interdimensional, multidimensional, intergalactic, whatever other thing you can think of. It's time you begin to see things from so many different points of views. It's time. It's time. You know, this huge epiphany came to me this morning as I was working out. The only limits that I have are the limits I choose to believe in. Let that sink in. The only limits that I have are the limits I choose to believe in. That's profound. What are you choosing to believe in? Figure yourself out. Okay. Card number 39, my home is my castle. So you're going from this phase. Let me see. You're going from sun, stop shining. I think I'm gonna have to move this daybed because the sun just you're going from this phase where you're still unsure and somewhat ashamed of the chaos that is your mind to this phase where you recognize I'm fortified. I see everything before me, and behind me I'm fortified. Nothing enters my space without my permission. Nothing takes from me something I'm not willing to give. So, card number 39, my home is my castle. Your castle is that sacred space within your mind where you allow yourself to process the events of your life. Retreat back to that if you need to. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong. Card number 24, a mermaid's love. Now, this is a call for you to understand. Very often, we are the ones who continue to try and lull our intuition back to sleep. Whenever you have an intuitive hit and you tell yourself, that's just a coincidence, I made that up, no, can't possibly be true, no, I need further clarification, I need further confirmation. You are trying to enchant your soul to go back to sleep. It doesn't want to sleep. It wants to be heard. After a certain point, what's going to end up happening is that soul is going to begin communicating with you and interacting with you in the way that you can understand. And because your human mind, in the grand scheme of things, operates like a toddler, then your soul will begin to treat you like a toddler, will begin to interact with you as though it's a toddler. Have you ever tried to ignore a toddler that wants your attention? Mommy, 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 mommy. Good God. Good God. What do you want to tell me? That's what's going to end up happening. Okay. You're going to keep being brought to the very same place that you keep trying to avoid. This can present itself as relationship dynamics continuing through other people, meaning if you've just ended an abusive relationship and you're not learning the things you need to learn, you're about to get abused by someone else in the very same way as the previous person. And it's time for you to recognize that person's not abusing you. That person is helping you to realize through an outward projection of an internal self-abuse what's exactly going on. I mean, are we trying to excuse someone else's abusive behavior? No, we're trying to get you to understand why it continues, how you're co-creating that. You have to take ownership of what you co-create, including abusive moments. Okay. And if people want to get all snarky and snippy and intellectual and say, oh, what about kids? Kids don't choose. Well, you know what? We don't fucking know everything. And sometimes we have to admit to ourselves that, yes, the human mind of that child did not consciously choose to co-create that, but the soul knows something that the kid's mind doesn't. Okay? Yes. So now, card number 6, shock of the new. You're going to be changing the song. You're going to be changing the song. Most of us right now, we are trying our best to very awkwardly dance to someone else's song. And now the song of your own heart is going to rise to the surface and you're going to understand this. You're going to recognize this and you're going to start dancing. Another huge, like, what the fuck? moment happened as we were driving home from the gym. My husband and I were talking, and he talks about how my hips don't lie. And I had said, not only do my hips not lie, they sway and drip truth. So every time you listen to the heart song of your own heart, feel your hips sway. And in that movement, you're allowing more of your truth to drip forward, to drip down your legs and puddle around you. That is a visual like no other. Let me just move forward from that because it's about to get real perverted. Card number 4, against the grain. You're naked in your truth. You're just, yeah, right? Like mimosa dripping. anyways, let me just, I'm getting all hot now. Okay. Card number 4, against the grain. Maybe enough of your truth has puddled around you through your movements that you can now swim in it. I'm just saying. Allow yourself to co-create an environment that is just ripe and saturated with your liquid truth, meaning allowing this truth to be fluid and flow and be the dynamic energy that it is, because we were never created to be stagnant. Card number 33, weaving flowers. Look at that. Full crown blossoming, arising up the petal softness. Notice how the petals have strings attached to them. Everything is connected to you and your personal power, your acceptance of that personal power, your ability to flow through life, your ability to trust enough that you don't hold on and cling to things that need to be allowed to rise up. I mean, the petals won't rise unless you stop clinging to it, right? So allow yourself to rise in that release. Now, card number 1, day and night. There you are. That dark night of the soul, that phase is coming to an end, okay? It's coming to an end. Before you, in your hands, is a potentiality of a new day, a new sunrise. Your existence can become day and night, from what you thought you were to your understanding and knowing of what you actually are. Those two things are day and night. Allow yourself to grow beyond the limitations that you once believed in. Allow yourself to let your faith, let your hope ripen into a knowing, so you can once again enter a state of gnosis. This is what Jesus was preaching about. Gnosis, that state of knowing that you are directly connected to that divinity, that the divinity that we come from permeates everything in this creation. And you're a part of it. You always have been. This was never something you needed to earn. This was never something that you needed to work to become. This is something you have always been, and your recognition and acceptance of this fact is what ascension is. It's the process of letting go the lies and allowing space for the remembrance to once again come forward. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Let's get a message from our soul. Make it good, Michael. Make it a good one. Let me just shuffle the cards. All done, guys. We're shuffling the cards. Let us see what the message is going to be for today's energy shift. So that shift, it's a difficult shift. It's one that's definitely going to challenge you to move beyond the confines of your comfort zone. But boy, that is the kind of movement that will definitely push you over that cliff's edge, so you can once again remember you have wings and you're flying. Okay. I'm told to stop. Ooh, okay. This is so appropriate. Card number 22. Ooh, Michael is a savage. He is also very handsome. I'm just saying. I like to say those types of things because it makes him very uncomfortable. Michael has tremendous pec development. I'm just saying. If you ever need a visual of Michael, tremendous pec development, gorgeous delts. He's so flustered. Card number 22, the lion and the deer. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly towards heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair in yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. You are the lion and the deer. You are bold, fierce, and vibrant, and you are silent, sweet, and gentle. If I should come to you in arrogance, you roar at me until my falsehood quakes in fear. So terrified, it gives up the game and love's conquest happens yet again. If I should come to you in surrendered adoration, open to whatever you may wish, you are so gentle with me. Like a deer, you offer me nothing to fear or resist, so that I too become sweet and gentle, longing to submit to your tender ministrations. So then I do not fear my own errors, for even if I stumble into arrogance, I shall be made wiser by your magnificent roar and become humble. Even if I become weak, I shall draw emotions evoking the tenderness in you. Whatever is needed to keep me true to love is what you give me. For you are the holy lion, proud and mighty, and the sweet deer, gentle as the mildest breezes of spring. Hello, my old friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends, ancient soulmates we are, acquainted over many lifetimes past, and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we meet again in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience, with the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we have once known and to open up to the great mystery of life again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness and now dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins. Let us embark on this studious adventure together. Let us honor the tiger and the lamb within each other, the lion and the deer. I can witness in you both the raging warrior who fights with unbreakable honor and the healer who brings together those things torn apart. Of course, for are we not all things? Are we not human and angel, animal and spirit? Are we not heaven and earth? Are we not divine? And in being divine, being all things are divine. So we're here together in the school of love, not for the soul who still adheres to preference instead of curiosity, not for the soul who craves comfort instead of devotion to divine adventure. We must be like lovers, you and I, if we are to take these lessons. We must be willing to become mad with passion, crazy enough to chase the great beloved, even if it means forgetting who we are for a time, to have the sacred delight of rediscovery, breaking some rules and looking like fools. Well, what could be greater than becoming a fool for love? That will do for us. That will do well. Let us be fools for love together. So shall we become study mates? We'll recognize each other even in all our varied garbs, bright or somber, wild or gentle. We'll become the most enthusiastic students in the school of love, urging each other on to ever greater feats of passion and devotion. How we shall outdo each other in grand gesture and our unwavering commitment. This oracle brings you a special message. You are rediscovering a part of yourself that has been lost or submerged underneath more practical concerns. Of course, if practicality is about survival, then learning to be your true self is most essential and practical. All other paths lead to death of the soul. You are asked to bear the chaos of this rediscovery. It may be that talents from this or other lifetimes are reawakened and cause you some discomfort at first, even though they will ultimately bring you joy and greater fulfillment. The discomfort may be around how those talents are best expressed, about overcoming shame, guilt, doubt, or other judgments. It may even be about who you are if you now admit your talent or other emerging personality traits. Perhaps what is being unearthed in you now is darker. Your sacred rage, refusal to accept disrespect in your life, your inability to tolerate lies and deceptions. Well, then you are the lion and the deer. That is nature. There is to be both in the world. You are not becoming contradictory or hypocritical. You are becoming whole. That is so profound. That is so fucking profound. To recognize that in the contradiction lies the truth of your totality. I'm so tired of this whole love and light bullshit. I'm so tired of people telling others they cannot express themselves. They cannot be angry. They have to be the bigger person. I'm only 5'3". I can't be bigger than most people. Literally. I can't. Don't allow people to force you into complying and participating in spiritual bypassing. There is nothing spiritual about allowing someone else to disrespect your soul. Disrespect of the ego is one thing. Sometimes the ego needs to be put in its place. Sometimes we have to be humbled, and other people gift us the opportunity to be humbled. But when it comes to disrespecting your soul, when it comes to other people forcing you to be compassionate to everyone but yourself, to listen to everyone else's thoughts, you don't have that kind of authority. You don't get to tell me what to do. There I go. Can you guys see and hear me? Let it wash over me. Ready to lose my feet. Okay, so I totally got triggered by that and took down the live again. But I'm just saying, you get to defend yourself. You get to speak up. You get to let people know I've created a line of boundary and I'm now enforcing it. If you want to keep those motherfucking toes of yours, bring it back across the line. Pull it back to yourself because you're now infringing on sovereign space. And people get so upset. Oh, you don't get to step on other people. Motherfucker, I'm in my lane. You don't want to get stepped on. Stay in your fucking lane. Very simple. Very simple. Don't be afraid of stepping on other people's toes when you exist within your own lane. Because if they really truly didn't want their toes to be stepped on, if they really truly valued those little fucking piggies, they would have never put their feet in your way, trying to stumble you as you walk down your own path. Just saying. Just saying. So guys, I am now going to calm myself down and eat some breakfast because soy milk is not enough. I need protein. I'm getting hungry. So yes, no SMDDs. This is not the place to try social media dick downs, okay? We not doing it. We not doing it. I'm gonna punch you in your ball sack if you try and dick me down while I'm live. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Tiffany said, wait, what? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I saw SMDD hashtag and I went with it. I don't even know where that came from. I'm just saying, be who you are, be funny, express yourself. The people who don't get you, they were never trying to get you in the first place. They were just looking for a reason to justify their unnecessary and unfair disdain of you and your sovereignty. You get that energetic dildo and you slap them with it just across the face. That's what you do. Hashtag energetic dildo slap. Hashtag EDS. There you go. All right, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live and ranting about shit. Just because. Just because. Just because. Bye, guys.